Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my 2021 top 50 books that I've gotten for throughout the year here from January 1st all the way to December 31st. So other people have their lists done a certain way, like maybe the most valuable book or the hardest to get or biggest key, yada yada yada. My lists have always been slightly different. My lists always seem to be a mixture of value, key book, something I like, or it could be simply arranged. It's on here just because I like the story or I like the cover. That's it. I do take in consideration some things like, this particular book is more valuable or more important key, and so it ranks higher. A book is on here just because it's an A-OK. It's not higher on the list because, it's an A-OK, and I deeply appreciate the member of the community who sent it to me. It is not a bigger book, so it doesn't warrant a bigger spot in the slot. So, without further ado, here's the top 50 books. So, at number 50 here, we got Amazing Spider-Man 2099 issue number 1. So, first solo title appearance of Spider-Man 2099. Cool red cover and all that. I've read a few issues of 2099, and I'm not impressed, honestly. I just can't get into the story. Costumes, cool looking, and if I look over here, I'm looking at pictures so I can more accurately describe what I like about it. So, I like it, but it's not particularly valuable to me. I bought this book, and like I said, this is the only $20.99 book I have, and I bought it because I figured for a Spider-Man collector, it's something I needed to have. It's iconic, and it's the only one I want, so I got that. So next up, number 49, we got Dark Ages number 1, a modern book that just came out. This is an example of I like it because of the story. If you've seen the show Revolutions on ABC or NBC or whatever years and years ago, the world also is without power. All the electricity just turns off, and then people stuck with a world without power. I like that story. This book a lot. This comic a lot because it's coming out because it reminds me of that story, and also for the second reason, Peter Parker's with Mary Jane. They're still married, I believe. And they have a daughter. I was a sucker for the family and love the daughter and all that. So this is just the regular A cover, and I like it. Spider-Man front and center. He's one of the big narrators, so very, very cool. All right. Number 48 here. We got Daredevil 181, The Death of Elektra. I picked up this one fairly recently. It's just cool. I like it. Elektra's kind of cool, and it's part of my branching out into other comic books. Since I am so close to getting a full run of Amazing Spider-Man, I have to figure out what's my strategy for growing my comic book collecting in general. There's other runs I want to get, and all that, but this is just an example of I want more key related books, and got this one for $25, $20 at a flea market. So really, very cool. So that's number 48. Number 47 here, we've got Avengers JLA, issue number 4. Love Me, My Superman. And what's cooler than Superman holding Captain America's shield and Thor's hammer? This is just really, really cool mini-series here. And plus, with Perez's retirement due to his terminal condition, his pancreatic cancer, I think, or some sort of cancer. I apologize. It's very, very sad, and just I'm glad I got this book. I got this book and the 3 others in the same spot I got the Daredevil comic, and all that. Is just love the artwork. I love the artwork, and I just love how it looks. Just very, very cool. Very, very cool. All right, next up. Number 46, Amazing Spider-Man, number 360. This is just the second appearance, or cameo appearance of Carnage before his full appearance and all that in 361. And I wrote this one down the list because of the Venom 2 Let There Be Carnage movie coming out, and I was Needed to get a few of my Carnage books and all that, you know, fill in those slots or empty spots before the movie came out, and just it was one of the ones that I just figure was slightly more, you know, with a lot of modern books coming in and not too many back issues in general. I thought this book warranted a spot at number 46. Alright, number 47, a book came from Pueblo, Colorado. Superman number 78 in a CGC 9.8. I have the die cut cover at a 9.6. This one I bought from Outer Limits Comics Collectibles. This is the first full appearance of Cyborg Superman, who was the astronaut Hank Henshaw and all that. Just really, really cool, and it's part of my favorite story arc ever, or time period in any comic book story in Marvel or DC. The death, rebirth, and reign of Superman. Love this story. Love this story. All right, number 44. Amazing Spider-Man 128. I like this one just for the green, the shadow of the Vulture. John, I think this is still John Romita Sr. Love him, love my artwork, love Senior's artwork. My favorite time period. Just love the red trim on the top there. You know, Spider-Man, just simple but beautiful. Simple but beautiful. So I like this cover. It's number 44 on the list just because it was an older Amazing Spider-Man that I filled in during this year. So, number 43, we got Batman 3 Jokers number 1 in a CGC 9.8. When I started branching out getting other books, I wanted to give 3 Jokers a try. It seemed interesting enough, and this is actually, I think, one of my favorite Batman stories I've read, honestly. The 3 Jokers was very fun. And I bought this one and number 2 or number 3 in a CGC 9.8 from Mint Hunter Comics. And just Joker's my favorite Batman villain. Definitely my favorite Batman villain. I love him a lot. Very, very cool. Alright, number 42. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 45, third appearance of the Lizard. Nice yellow cover. And an early sub 100 book of Amazing Spider-Man added this year. So, you know, not a bad grade. Nice mid kind of lower grade, but still. There's something interesting about how the Lizard looked way back then. So this is number 42. Just because it's Spider-Man. There's going to be a lot of Amazing Spider-Man on the list because I filled in a lot of Amazing Spider-Man this year. So a lot of the books made it on the list. Alright, number 41. Amazing Spider-Man number 26. This is the first appearance of Bennett Brandt, or Crime Master. He dies in the next issue. This was on the list partly because, like I said, just early Amazing Spider-Man, and within the first just over 2 years after the book came out. This one's on the list because of just young early book, and also a Green Goblin appearance on the cover. Love me the Green Goblin. So, number 40, Spider-Verse, part 1 of 6, the Wal-Mart second print. Found that didn't get this at Walmart. Didn't get this at Walmart. Didn't pick this up in the comic shop when I could have. Just one of those that it interests me later, after the first chance. And almost like I seem to be a big second chance, third chance kind of person when it comes around. But got this at a comic book store, in the same one comic book store there. So just cool. I like the Spider-Verse. It's an interesting storyline. And this one, I haven't read this one fully, but animals making noise out there. But I love the Spider-Verse here at number 40. Back over to DC, number 39, Green Lantern number 46. This is Green Lantern tie-in to the Reign of Superman. This is when after Coast City, Green Lantern's city is destroyed. This is actually my first Green Lantern book ever, or the other one. This is my second copy because this one is a newsstand, and that's the reason why I made the list. I already had the direct book. Then I found this one on a newsstand in a comic book store. I love this book because of the tie-in to the Superman story, and was excited to add this book to my list. And I've since started collecting Green Lantern keys, and so, but I'm always be proud that this book here, or one of the prints of this book, was my first Green Lantern book. Alright, number 38, Amazing Spider-Man number 93, first Arthur Stacy, Prowler cover. I don't know what it is, but the Prowler has always been an interesting kind of character for for me, for all that. So I just had a harder time finding Prowler storybooks or Prowler cover books. So when I bought this one, I kind of mistakenly thought for a second there this is his first appearance of the Prowler, but I think this is his third appearance. I think it's the third appearance. Excuse me, it took me to yawn. But cool cover, again, early, senior cover. John Romita Sr., one of the best Spider-Man artists I've ever seen, besides Mark Bagley and others like him. Alright, number 37, Amazing Spider-Man 362. The, what I had listed down, second full appearance of Carnage. I believe I got this one from Southern Comic Geek. And just one of those Carnage covers I needed. Carnage keys that I needed with the movie coming out, or before the movie came out, and just very, very cool yellow Mark Bagley artwork there, Carnage and Venom. Just a very cool book, so it made the list just because it was a Carnage appearance and a cool looking cover. Alright, Amazing Spider-Man number 95. Spider-Man Goes to London. So, very interesting book there. I like the cover, like the, when I guess London Bridge or Tower Bridge in the background. I'm not sure which one it is. Had this one in the $1 reprint for the longest time. Finally got it here. So, it's always interesting when Spider-Man goes out in New York for a few issues. An issue or two, But, he's chasing down Gwen Stacy. She followed Gwen Stacy to London, so jolly old London, governor. Like the cover. Very, very classic, classic story. I like this one a lot, just because great story. Number 35, Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. One of the story, one of the arcs or runs I want to get is eventually Amazing Spider-Man, not Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man. My apologies. And I'm chasing down this one. I was chasing down the Ultimate here, and when I got this one, I found this on eBay. It is signed on the cover there by Mark Bagley. Very, very cool. I like the solid covers. It's very interesting how they did a lot of the early stuff like that there. I apologize. I've been cleaning all day, so I'm kind of tired. So Mark Bagley, great artist there, and all that. Very interesting. Ultimate Universe is Ultimate is interesting a lot. I like it a lot. This isn't the first print, I believe. This is this is one of those reprints, I think. But it's good. I like it a lot. So I'm glad to have this one in my collection. And even cooler, well, it's also signed, I think, by a second person there. You can see above Spider-Man's Mark Bagley, under Spider-Man is signed by someone else with a sketch. I'm not sure. I don't have the book in front of me. I might be able to tell you who it was. But it's a cool person. It's a really cool issue. I'll send this book off definitely to CBCS to get it graded someday, I think. It's just an idea rolling in my head anyway. Alright, number 34. This is the Amazing Spider-Man number 75. This is an AOK from my friend Shop for Comics. He is another guy out there trying to collect Amazing Spider-Man. I'm not sure if he's only trying to get under 100 or if he's focusing on the sub 100 books right now. I'm not sure if he's looking at the full run like I am or a certain branch, but it's cool that we both have that in common. Not the best cover, that you see up there on the left-hand side here. There's some tear. I'm not even sure if the cover is fully attached or not. It's definitely, you can see the tear there that starts around there with the A and the SPI and the whole section there is It's in rough shape. It's definitely a book that I want to upgrade sometime in the future. But regardless if I get an upgraded version or not, I will be keeping this book in my collection because, my good friend shop I consider him a good friend on YouTube here. Shop. It's an AOK from a member of the community. I'm not getting rid of those books. If someone's kind enough to send me an AOK, I'm not getting rid of those books. It means a lot to me that someone in the community cares that much to send me something. So definitely keeping this book in the collection regardless. But an AOK from a friend, that's why it's not higher on the list, but it's still, higher on the list, or still lower, a lot lower on the list. But it's higher than some books, partly because of what it was and the value of it, or the personal value of it. So, all right, that was number 34. Number 33, Amazing Spider-Man number 19, Legacy 460. CGC 9.6. It's a very cool Venom black suit mirror cover. This book is on here because this is one of those covers that when I see it, or the first time I saw it, I always had that book in my head. I can think of a few covers that they're not important books. There's no key aspect of them. The book is not worth more than $40-50 kind of a thing, and that's because it's a higher grade or whatnot. But this book, the artwork and the black suit, I'm a sucker for the black suit. I love the black suit. But this book and this image just stuck in my mind, and I actually got this for fairly cheap. I think I got it for around $70, give or take $20. But it's very cool. I like this book a lot. It's just in my head a lot. I love this book. So, very good looking book. All right, next up on the list, I want to make sure I got that right. There you go. Had to get the keys right. Amazing Spider-Man number 431 in the number 32 spot. This is a Cosmic Carnage Silver Surfer red cover. I mean, this is another one of the covers of I had it in my mind and it was like, I have to have that. That is a sick ass cover. I mean, the difference in the logo, where how it looked more sharper and all that, it wasn't the smoother old school and modern school look the Amazing Spider-Man logo has. It was the 90s kind of logo there, and the redness of Carnage on them, on the cover there. It's a lower grade book because I had the hardest time finding this one in an affordable price for the book I wanted, so I was just finally able to get it in my hand. Very, very cool book. Very cool book. Alright. Number 31. Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, number 1. It's the third ongoing Spider-Man series back in the day. Nothing else besides going on for it other than, Tarantula story on the cover, Mary Jane and Flash down there, I believe. Just very cool book. It's nice to have this first issue of Spectacular Spider-Man in my collection, so that's why it warrants number 31. Alright. Issue number 30. Green Lantern number 25, volume 3, I believe. Death of the Anti-Monitor. It's part of the Sinestro Corps War storyline that I really enjoy. I've really enjoyed that storyline in Green Lantern here. It's also the first cameo appearance of other Green Lantern colors. Red, blue, things like that. It's just a very, very cool cover. This is just a very cool cover. I'm glad to have it in my collection. I'm not going to collect every single issue of Green Lantern like I do it for Amazing Spider-Man. I definitely want to do more keys or cool cover-related books or storybooks or storybooks. Stories in the books. And Jeff Johns, great writer, great Green Lantern writer. Maybe I'll collect every single issue of Jeff Johns' Green Lantern. That seems a more goal towards me because Jeff Johns was cool. I love Jeff Johns in Green Lantern. I kind of want to see Jeff Johns write Amazing Spider-Man, honestly. What he did for Green Lantern, I think if he understands Spider-Man, the stories that come out of Jeff Johns would be amazing. Alright. Number 29. Amazing Spider-Man number 79. This is the second appearance of the Prowler. Got it in the book I got recently here. Cool cover, you know, Peter Parker going out the window with JJJ, you know, look there. It's kind of cool. I'd like to see, now that we got a on his own, no Iron Man Jr. Spider-Man coming in from the future books, I would kind of like to see the Prowler. I like to see a Prowler and all that in the MCU's new next Spider-Man movies. Yeah, that would be very cool. Great cover, sub 100 book. Just easy. It was an easy book to add to the list for this year. All right, number 28, Amazing Spider-Man number 76. Cool lizard cover. Simple as that. Cool lizard cover. Lizard has always one of those cool looks in the cover, especially when he's Romita Sr. drawing him. Love the cover. Just classic looking. Simple as that. For sub 100 ASM book, which is another reason why it's just easy to make the list for top 50. So a lot of the books for sub 100 Spider-Man made the list or made my pre-qualifying list for top 50 books for this year. All right. Number 27, Amazing Spider-Man number 60. I got this book from Southern Comic Geek for sure. I got a lot of Amazing Spider-Man books from my collection from him. You know, so much so that my gaps shrank and all that, and Southern had a hard time finding ASM books that I didn't have and all that. He'd, message me on Instagram, do you have this book? Do you have this book? Do you have this book? Be like, got it. I actually don't have that one. So, this one's a nice mid-grade kind of a thing. I'd call it a 3.0, 4.0, I think. Good to call a book. Especially with that black. That's a nice looking black. This is an iconic cover art. And 5th appearance of the Kingpin. And it's a really nice, simple, beautiful book. Alright. Number 26, Amazing Spider-Man number 77. Lizard Torch cover. Again, lizard on the cover, check. Human Torch on the cover, flying. I love how the Human Torch looks in old Silver Age, Bronze Age issues. Just very, very cool. Spider-Man on the cover there, shooting his webs. So, I liked this book a lot. And just, what more can I say? It was an easy decision. It's a cooler cover than others, which is the reason why 77 is above 60, 76, or 79, or 93, 95. I think this cover is cooler. So, simple for, like I said, some of the reasons are a little shallow, but they're meaningful to me. A book is number 25 on the list, or a book is number 26 on the list, just because, and not number 40 on the list, just because I thought the cover was that much cooler. What can I say? It's a cover and it appeals to me, and it's like cool looking art. Alright, number 25. Shocker Spider-Man logo cover there. Very, very cool. I always thought that this should have been the cover for the first full appearance of the Shocker. The other cover on 46 is cool. Not bad and cool and all that, but I just felt that this should have been his first appearance cover, Shocker's first appearance cover. Very, very cool. I don't understand the whole and Amazing in green and Spider-Man in white. The only reason I could possibly think of is maybe the green Spider-Man wouldn't look quite right on the cover with black and the red. But it just looked a little bit awkward. I don't know, I don't quite get the color choices for the green on this cover. But I love it. This is just Wickedly cool cover. Wickedly cool. Alright. We have cracked the top 25 with this one. Number 24. Amazing Spider-Man 62. I accidentally bought 2 books of this one. Medusa story there. This is the better looking one, the one I will be keeping. The other one I'll be using for a trade incentive deal. You know, like I'm gonna take it to a con or whatever and see if I can get a couple of cool books out of it, you know, or take this book and use it as, bargaining for a $200 book and, knock down the price a little bit by trading in the value of a book. Smart collecting, right? Alright, but that's that. Cool looking Medusa cover. When I first started collecting Amazing Spider-Man, in the first 6 months, 7 months, 8 months, I went to Mile High Comics in Denver. It's about a 5-hour drive from me. I bought this book in a Marvel Tales reprint of Amazing Spider-Man. I was so new to the collecting of Amazing Spider-Man, or collecting back then, that I thought this cover, or in the Marvel Tales, at first was the original. I quickly learned I was mistaken, and so it just took 3 more years to get the or 2.5 more years to get the original in my collection. So, all right, number 120. This is part 2 of just a Spider-Man versus Hulk battle. Very, very cool. And Spider-Man versus the Hulk. How much cooler are you gonna get? And that's the reason why it's number 23 on the list. And it goes along with number 22 here, Amazing Spider-Man 190. I've put this one at number 22 and the other one at 23 because 119 here I felt was the better looking cover. The whiteness and more of the city versus that black framework there. You can just see more of the city, or at least seem like more of the city. I don't know, I just like the picture better on this one. That's why this one's number 22. Alright, number 21. A book I got recently at the last con I went to. Captain America Annual number 8. Just some very, very cool Mike Zeck artwork. And this is a newsstand. I don't know which is more valuable, or which would be more valuable to get, the direct or the newsstand. But given the choice between the two, I always just get the newsstand, even if the direct is more valuable. I might get both, but I can never pass up a newsstand book. I think the newsstand is so much. Looks so good on books. I think it looks just so good on books that I have to have them like that. I just have to have a newsstand. I like it. That's my preference. So, all right, number 20. We reached the top 20 here. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 11. Picked it up recently. This is the second appearance of Dr. Octopus. And is looking weird. This book is missing its back cover. And I got it for like just under $200. I think I got it for 170. I wanted to get an issue or two on eBay, but by the time I could pull the trigger, I had just missed out and people had bought them from me. So I could have bought a slightly better conditioned book for $20 more. I mean, I saved $20 by getting this book, or $30, $40 by getting this book. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's missing the back cover to me. If I upgrade it in the future, I upgrade. But if I get it framed by CGC, you're not gonna put the back cover on the wall, right? You're looking at the front cover, so the front's more important. If you only have one half the cover, get the front. Me being weird. Sorry, what can I say? All right, number 19, Amazing Spider-Man 123, Luke Cage appearance. This is cool. I mean, this is just... I love the 70s feel in this book here. Great fight between Luke Cage and Spider-Man. This is very, very cool. I love his afro and the deep V-neck open shirt. I mean, Luke Cage looks cool in this book. Luke Cage looks cool. This is one cool guy. One cool guy. What can I say? All right, number 18 on the list. Amazing Spider-Man number 7. This was on my this is one of the books on my top 10 on my 2021 wish list. I had 12. I had like a list of 11 books on my list for 2021, and I've managed to collect every single issue but one. So it was a Wonder Woman book, but I got every single issue of Amazing Spider-Man that was on the list, which is all but the one book of Wonder Woman. But second appearance of the Vulture. I mean, the only downside really of this is the subscription fold. This book literally looks like it was folded in half and folded again and put in the back of some guy's pocket. So definite low grade book. 1.0, 1.5. But it's a sub 10 ASM book. I had to get it. Simple as that. Simple as that. I like it a lot. And, I had to get it to complete my ASM run. And the very fact that it's especially a sub 10 ASM book guaranteed it. Plus it was a 2021 wish list book, which automatically would qualify it to be on the 2021 top 50 books. All right. I'm sorry if I'm rambling. I'm working all day, tired, and I tend to just ramble from time to time. All right. Number 17. D-Runk will be proud of me for this one. Web of Spider-Man 118, First Scarlet Spider. Top staple is attached in this book, I remember. But I like the look of Scarlet Spider-Man here. It's very, very cool. Just like it, again, one of those things that if I'm gonna branch out in collecting other comics besides ASM once my run's complete, one of the things I should get is definite other Spider-Man keys, so that automatically qualifies Scarlet Spider, his first appearance, as a key, or something I should have as a Spider-Man collector. But I remember looking at this book here and thinking, why doesn't Miles have some different name? Because Miles Morales is Spider-Man himself. I mean, because you got Black Ant and you got White Tiger, Black Panther. Would it be cool? I mean, does Black Spider? I think Black Spider would be a very cool name for Miles Morales to have, and that way he's different because you got Spider Girl, Spider Woman, Silk. You got two Spider-Man. I thought Miles, if they changed his name to Black Spider, I think it'd be cool. Plus, it fits his costume. So, it's one of those things I tend to think about from time to time. I definitely don't want to appear prejudiced or racist, and so if I offend anyone by thinking that that train of thought, I apologize. No, I mean nothing by it. I apologize. Just one of those random thoughts I have from time to time. Alright, anyway, moving on. We got number 16, Amazing Spider-Man 66. Great Mysterio cover. Another one of those books that was always in the back of my mind, especially since when I first started collecting. This is in 2018. When we're hearing stuff about the Far From Home, Spider-Man Far From Home, before the trailer, that we hear about Mysterio. I could have got this book, I believe, at the time for like 66 bucks. Maybe not 66 bucks, maybe 60, 70 bucks. And I passed on at the time. Didn't have the money at the time, or I was trying to buy, I think at the time I was trying to buy the most books for my buck. And, I didn't want to walk out of the store with 2 books when I could walk out of the store with 20. Well, I paid for it. I ended up paying about the same years later, but if I got some Spider-Man books earlier, I could have gotten them for cheaper. It is what it is. Alright. Number 15. This is a kind of a three-spotter. We got Amazing Spider-Man number 96, 97, and 98. The drug-related issues that Spider-Man or Stan Lee did for the government. You know, that controversial issues because they talked about drugs, and so they didn't have the Comic Code's Authority sticker on there. So that's why I have these 3 issues. They were listed as one spot on my ASM wish list for this year. So because I listened to them together, and they were so intertwined that I just couldn't separate them, and so they each get number 15 spot as a tag team. I definitely think number 98 is the cooler cover, but anyway. All right, next up on the list we got number 14, Amazing Spider-Man 210, first appearance of Madam Web. Love Madam Web. You know that. I liked her since the 90s, the Spider-Man TV show, when she was voiced by Stan Lee's wife, Joan. And just very, very cool. I like her a lot. You know, she was interesting whenever she appeared in the TV show. No, I mean, interesting in the comic books, honestly, not that great in her appearances. Even the newer version of Madam Web, who's a lot more sexy. but it's a cool thing anyway. But I don't know why exactly I placed this one above, you know, the others in the list for top 50 this year. Maybe it's just because of my 90s nostalgia of watching the Spider-Man TV show that I put this one above the others on the list. But again, cool artwork and all that. This leads up to, I believe, the Nothing Can Stop the Juggernaut storyline, where she plays a part in it. So I like it a lot. Alright, next up on the list we got number 13, Amazing Spider-Man number 86. This is Black Widow's appearance in the comic, in the Spider-Man comic books, her first appearance. This is where she gets her skin tight black outfit versus the usual stuff that she was wearing before. This book Spider-Man's missing his little hand there. A little piece of tape got stuck on it. Completely the fault of the seller on eBay. He messaged me that he was replacing the bag or something for me. It accidentally happened. He wanted to know if I wanted to get a refund back, if I still wanted to buy the book. You know, he wanted to do right by the buyer, which is me. And I looked at it and I said, you know what? It's not bad. I mean, the fact that it tore perfectly his hand above her, you know, that little spot on her arm, it almost looks natural. Almost. Like her arm was almost covering it, because it looks kind of natural. So it didn't take away from the appeal from the cover. So the guy gave me a small refund of like $20-30 or $20 what I paid for, you know. And so I like it a lot. Cool cover. Interesting story behind how I got it, like I said. You know, just very, very cool. I love the silhouette and the look there, so I like it a lot. Alright, number 12 on the list. Amazing Spider-Man 78, the first appearance of the Prowler. This is another one of those iconic covers. Something about the Prowler character. Maybe it's the the version of him in Into the Spider-Verse. You know, when he's Miles' uncle, Aaron. But what's his name? What's Prowler's actual name? Hobie Brown. Something about the character. I just like the character. And the Prowler is cover here. Very, very cool book. Very, very cool book, and I like it a lot. Like it a lot. So, alright, we move to number 11. Amazing Spider-Man number 52. I got this from a place in Denver. This is the third appearance of the Kingpin. Spider-Man chained to an anchor with J. Jonah Jameson. If I was chained to J. Jonah Jameson, I think I'd rather drown than spend another second with him. JJJ is an interesting character, but if he put me through the hell, and the same thing he put Spider-Man through, oof. Always interesting the artwork. Always interesting the style of the artwork. Love how Spider-Man looks. The color on this cover is really good for Spider-Man. Very, very cool. Alright, we are now in the top 10. The top 10 of Amazing Spider-Man. No, Amazing Spider-Man. The top 10 of my top 50 2021 books. Number 10. And what better place? And this is a completely random. I started the way I did these books is I had the list, and I went through the list, and I added to the top 50. So I go, Amazing Spider-Man 360. All right, Amazing Spider-Man 210. Do I think it above or below the other issue? So above. All right, Amazing Spider-Man number 66. Above or below? Here, here, here. So that's how I just. And this book just ended up naturally on the top 10 at 10. Amazing Spider-Man issue number 10 at the top 10 of it. Completely random. I did not mean to set it up at top 10. It is just funny that it ended up at the top 10. Spider-Man meets the Enforcers. We find out why J. Jonah Jameson doesn't like Spider-Man in this issue. This book is currently off at CBCS being graded. There's a large chunk on the top part of this cover missing off. I think it's the Amazing and the AN of Amazing Spider-Man. So I don't expect a high grade for this book. I'm honestly thinking 1.0 at best. Honestly, 1.5, maybe 2. But I'm definitely not experiencing a high book on this one. All right, number 9. Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 1. This is a facsimile replica reprint cover. I bought the book coverless. A guy on Instagram. I actually got this book for $100. I am quite happy with that because if I wanted a decent copy of this book, with the original cover and all that, I'd be spending $1,000 easy, I believe. So for $100 at a tenth the price, got a nice replica cover to put over it to protect the pages underneath. Just really cool to have the first appearance of Sinister Six. This is one of the few ASM annuals I feel really, really matter. The Wedding, this annual, number 17, number 2. So I like this book a lot. The fact that the great deal I got on it is in the fact that it's the first appearance of Sinister Six, which just recently showed up in Spider-Man No Way Home, or a version of them. I'm recording this on Christmas Eve. So, very, very cool. Love the book. Love the book. So, very, very cool. Alright. Number 8 on the list. Amazing Spider-Man 121, CGC 4.0. This is the death of Gwen Stacy. Love the yellow on the cover. Love Spider-Man swinging at the portraits of the supporting cast. Not much to add. Part of the storyline of Green Goblin I like. The death of Gwen Stacy. I'm kind of glad Gwen Stacy died in a way because I love Mary Jane a lot more than Gwen. And with Gwen Stacy alive, I don't think it would have worked out with MJ. I don't think he would have ever left Gwen, honestly. So, Gwen Stacy unfortunately dying really helped shape Spider-Man's character, and it paved the way for Mary Jane to grow as a character. So, really, really cool book. Very classic Bronze Age book. And I love Jerry Conway. He's one of my favorite writers for Amazing Spider-Man. Alright, number 7. Very modern book, as you can tell. the reason why this book made it so far up the top 50 list for 2021 is just the story in it. I love the cover. And while Nick Spencer didn't undo One More Day and omit and all that and then Spider-Man wake up going, "Hey, look at that, MJ, we're married." You know, he might not have done that. Unfortunately, for all of us who love the marriage between Spider-Man and Mary Jane, this story in Amazing Spider-Man 870 Legacy 875, number 74. This story here at number 7. Just confirmed the importance of Mary Jane right there at the very end when they are kissing there at the top of the their spot. I'm not sure. I don't think it's it's not the Empire State Building. I don't think, but it's just like their fate. They're meant to be, and it's because it was just really great. I love the story, and that's why this issue is number 7 on my list. So, Kindred Conclusion, Nick Spencer's final book. Thank you, Spencer. I've read most of Dan Slott's 10-year book on Spider-Man, and other than a few bright spots, it was hell. It was hell reading Dan Slott for Spider-Man. Nick Spencer was so great. I love Nick Spencer. All right, number 6. This is an A-OK for Unruly Simeon. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 55, Legacy 856. A Patrick Gleason cover. This is an awesome looking cover. I mean, look at this. This is gonna be an iconic cover for Spider-Man, I believe. And the wickedly cool black. The fact that it was given to me as an A-OK and a 9.8. Very, very cool. Very, very cool. I love this book so much when I got it. In fact, you can see it. Well, you can see it appear now and then over my shoulder here when these pictures are disappearing and popping back up. I love this book. It might not. It's not really. It's just a. It's not a key. It's not a key. Nothing big happens in the story. It's not a $300, $1,000 book. I apologize. But it's just wickedly awesome cover. I mean, amazing cover. And it was an A-OK, including all that. This gets number 6 on the list. Again, my methods might not, you guys might not understand. But to me, it ranks number 6 on the list out of all the books that I got this year. Alright. Number 5 on the list. Number 5 is Superman Batman Annual number 4. I found this book in a small shop in Salida, Colorado the first time I went there. Just recently this year. This is the first official Terry McGinnis Batman Beyond in the I believe in DC and all that. So it mentions him, and of course I think it calls him Tim McGinnis instead of Terry. But this is not the second print. This is the first print itself too. I love Batman Beyond. He's my favorite Batman villain. Not the best Superman costume, but it's a very cool. Love Batman Beyond. Love Superman. And I was so excited to find this book in the wild. I didn't think I think I might have passed up on a volume 2 when I first started collecting. And before, I don't know, things happened. And then once it was gone, I never saw it again in the wild until this book. And I do want to collect a run of Batman Beyond. And I just feel I needed this book because of the characters, history, and key. It was very cool to have it. Very cool to have it. Alright, number 4. Number 4. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 25. It is a CGC 4.0. Picked this up near the beginning of the year. First, cameo appearance of MJ. You know, her first cameo appearance. And it was just very, very cool. You know, very cool Steve Ditko cover. Oh, nice. Yeah, Steve Ditko story and cover. Not story, but cover. Artwork by Steve Ditko. Again, I got this book above others in the list. Just because when I was selecting books to get first and all that, certain books got bought first because of their preference to me. This one being, like I said, Mary Jane cameo. For her first cameo, where she is blocked, I believe, by a flower pot. Just very happy to have this book, and happy to have it in a 4.0. I'm sorry again, but great book, great key. Alright, number 3 on the list. I was super excited to get this book. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 13, a CGC 1.0, first appearance and origin of Mysterio. Not a bad looking bit of the black there on the left-hand side. And I got this for a decent price. I think around $670, something like that. Definitely the preferred. I could have bought in lower grade books. I could have gotten a higher grade book, but I liked the 1.8 for this one. It looks like a pretty decent cover. You know, a little chunk missing there in the bottom left-hand corner where you're missing a word. Like I said, the spine, a little rough, but pretty solid looking book. Pretty solid looking book. I'm happy to have it. All right, number 2 on this list. This is the last book I needed to get Amazing Spider-Man issues 1 through 10. I was super stoked when I got the first full 10 issues of ASM. This is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 6. First appearance of the Lizard. I had to use a still shot from Google on this book because my ASM number 6 is currently at CBCS being graded since I dropped them off in end of August at the con I went to this year. First appearance of Lizard. He made an appearance here recently in No Way Home. Spoiler alert, sorry. But I figure after at least a week and a half, you guys who wanted to see it really badly would have seen it by now. I definitely find the purple coat interesting on the Lizard versus white coat. But very, very cool. Happy to have this book, and I was so happy to complete the first 10 when I got it with this book. Now the lowest number book I need to is like number 23. So very excited. All right, and for the big badass top book of the 50 book the number 1 book in the top 50 books for 2021 is Amazing Spider-Man issue number 129 in the CGC 4.5. This is the first appearance of the Punisher, and to a minor extent the Jackal. Things going on recently about the Marvel changing the logo of the Punisher to a kind of a double, kind of a skull a little bit. I mean, it looks alright, I guess. And I think they look like it almost like replaced his guns with samurai swords, which are interesting in itself to think about. I mean, a Punisher with samurai sword, that seems slightly more frightening to me than guns, honestly. I've seen what samurai swords can do, and I'd rather face a samurai sword than a gun. Or I'd rather face a gun than a samurai sword. But I love this book. I got this book for $800. That's what I bought it for. And it's worth at least twice as much now. And that was within 3 months of me getting it. So I was super stoked. So, you know, I thought about putting ASN number 6 at the top spot. Oh, but, First Punisher on that yellow cover, the red of the title, Spider-Man and the crosshair and that circle there. This book just screamed top book for this year. So that's my number 1 book for the top 50 books for this year. Super stoked, super excited. So, thank you guys very much for joining me. Thank you very much for joining me. I had a lot of fun making this issue, or this episode. I know if you made it all the way to the very end, kudos for you. I appreciate it. It means so much that you guys support me, watch my videos. If you enjoyed this, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate you following me if you enjoy my channel. And before I let you go, quick question if you made it all the way to the end. Do you guys want to see me do any other top lists? You know, I'm going to do top, do the top comics of the year. I'm going to do my wish list of the year. Do you guys want to do other videos like maybe top Spider-Man TV shows, top Spider-Man movies? You know, I can just, explain things and all that. Let me know what you guys think. Input always welcome. So, thank you guys for joining me. Hit the like button, hit the subscription button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss any videos, and comment down below. Do you agree with my top #1 book for this year? And were there any other books you would have placed on the list or higher on the list that you felt I put on, put them in the wrong spot? Let me know what you think, if you agree with my list, if you think it was good. So, take care, everyone. Hope you had a good Christmas. Hope you have a happy New Year. And as always, happy collecting. And I'll see you guys next time. Talk to you later.